Everything we did up until this point, that was right. We're doing a good job and we're nailing it. See? I'm a smiley person. Very friendly person. Yep, there it is. I am actually eyebrows too and everything. And then this feels important. I'm actually pretty upset though about something that happened this week, and I'm usually like a smiley friend, and I just kind of like connect with you, and I'm like, what, what's that, what's it, I kind of like have that happen, and I'm like, oh, and I like do that stuff. But today, I have a serious issue, and that is that I'm super angry with the Pope. Very angry with him. Get out of there. And he did, for the first time in 600 years. But I really do feel like that was actually not enough. I was raised Catholic, and then I was even a theology major in college, which is why I'm an atheist now. There he is. Get out of here. Yeah, absolutely. I was even a theology major. I'm an atheist now because I think that if you want to become an atheist, just read any of the stuff that you're supposed to believe in. Oh, no, I don't believe that at all. Got it. I have a problem with the Catholic Church being in the news because it's been covered like kind of as a neutral organization. And it's a terrible organization. It's a terrible organization because they have so much money and they could do so much good. And they have so much property. Do you know how much property they have all over the world? Like, think of all of the Popats that they have so much that they could do for good, and instead they just traffic in lies. They want us to lie to ourselves. I think it's called faith. But no, like for instance, this is an organization of adults. Sometimes you forget that they're adults that believes like condoms. Who knows if that prevents the spread of HIV? It's adults. These are adults just going, ah, I don't know. These are adults. These are adults who think that women are vessels. Come on now. I'm not a vessel. Clearly. I'm a ship. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not a vessel, I'm a ship with my own mast. It's kind of I'm a lesbian, so I have one of those at home. Always there. And then two of these. Just as effective. Heck, sometimes more. Very sensate. I was not aware of the fact that I was a giant homosexual for most of my life. Until I was 20. I just thought we all wanted to hang out with our friends. All the time. I just thought we all wanted our boyfriends to go home right after Buffy was over. Like, I just really thought we didn't want to talk to our boyfriends at all. I was in college, and I was dating, see? Now, you can tell these are both women. See, there's a woman, that's another woman. Because if this was a man, and then that was me, I had rules. No man could ever touch my shoulders. So I was a straight person. Straight people, do you have rules about where a man can touch you? A couple people. Oh, you're a big straight man! Thanks for making sure I don't think you're a homosexual. Oh, I do, I'm a man! Okay, I got it. You're talking to a giant lesbian. I love that. Oh. If I don't say anything, she'll think I'm like her. There it is. This actually is my type of guy, though. Big pecs. Clean shaven. Do you understand? That's fun. When I was in college, I was dating these two different guys at the same time. Because, hey, look at this face. And one of them was like this really tall, muscular, skinny drink of water, like constantly wearing running shorts. Do you know that guy? Like he was the kind of guy that was so excited all the time that, like, I don't know if you've ever met anybody, you're like, I honestly don't know if cocaine would relax you. Like it might be a downer for you. Like it was like life was his kickstand and nobody had to hold his feet. Like that was this guy's life. I was dating that gentleman. Then I was also dating another guy who was like the most relaxed dude on campus. Like he had like the biggest hookah on campus. He had long hair and a beard, and he wore a sheet with a rope belt to parties. So he looked sort of like Jesus, but also facially like Elvis. So like Jesus / Elvis, the King of Kings. There he is. Tall drink of water. I should add about this guy. This is an interesting detail. He had the same first and last name. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's highly Googleable. It's much weirder than actually what I'm going to say. But it would be like as if his name was Carl. Here's what was awesome about this. He was the third of 5 children in his family. Which means that his parents were like, nope, not this one. Not him. This guy. Same first and last name. Get out there! You know, like, fucked for life. So I was dating those two gentlemen. And then I also went to this college where it was really cool to be like socially aware. There was even a word for it, social justicey. So it was like basically imagine like all of the corduroy you can imagine. Think of that as a university. Also like you were cool depending on how like the coolest people on campus just had like a JanSport backpack that was held together with many safety pins. Like the cooler you were, the more safety pins, the more fair trade pamphlets were stuffed in that backpack, the hipper and more happening you were. So we used to go on these trips. That was the thing about being social justicey. You go on these trips, like over spring break. What is that? Oh, it's a backpack, yeah. There's the front part. And there's pamphlets. Safety pin? Okay. Yeah. We went on this trip to, we would go on these spring break trips, where we'd like go and spend time with the poor, just like looking in their eyes, and really connecting with them, and then going and returning to the university that our parents were paying for. It was nice of us. We could have done anything. This didn't happen, but when I look back and imagine it, I just imagine being like, shots for all of these poor people! Like, that's what it was. Like, we weren't engineers. We had nothing to offer. We were just like, oh my god, that is crazy. Do you want my shoes? I have other shoes. Okay. So we're on this trip. That should be an UGG. We went on this trip to Kingston, Jamaica, and we were in this like shanty town. People were fishing in rivers of Mountain Dew. There was a corrugated tin roof restaurant. Just had a goat attached to a sign that said like, today's special goat, with an arrow pointing at the goat, just like, oh, Jesus. And shots. So after when I was on this trip, I met this woman, and I didn't know this at the time, but this woman, she was just my type. Like, I didn't know that she was my type of woman. Like, I love a woman, I like a woman in danger. Anybody? Like, her dad had just died? Does that work for anybody else? Like if I meet a woman who's been adopted, you know, like she's been adopted into a family, and then later that same family like gives her up for adoption again, and then the parents that adopted her, they broke up, and they got back together, and then they re-broke up, and then the mom married her uncle, like her adoptive uncle, but not her brother, but like the dad's brother, and then that family re-adopted the girl, and then gave her back up for adoption when they found out the original dad was her birth father. That's my kind of woman. But prettier than that, also. It is true, I do like a bottom-heavy woman. So I met this woman, we got back to college, and we ended up spilling a bottle of Yellowtail, you know, the big kind? And we had this night, I don't know what she said, but it was something about like poverty, or whatever it was, super turned me on. And I just leaned in, and I gave her a kiss. And it was in that one moment that like I saw... She was Asian, so actually that's correct. Why is that sad? You're terribly racist. She was Asian. Well, that is... No wonder you felt bad for her. That's on you guys. I didn't say it. I'm looking at Asians who are going, oh, what's wrong with you? Have a little pride. She'd be like, fuck yeah, an Asian turned her, you know? There's no turning. I've always been this way. But in your minds, you should think of your own power. I have to end this. Maybe more there. I was like, oh. I have to end this, but I feel like I can't like get through it. I want to end it for you guys. We want it to end, right? We want this to end, and it's going to end beautifully. Kiss this woman for the first time. I've never kissed a woman before. And I want to tell you, that moment was like the guy in Memento just reading his tattoos, and Joaquin Phoenix swinging away. It was a one-move Rubik's Cube solve of my little gay body. I just look back at the entire movie of my life, just like, oh, that's what it meant. Like I had no idea up until this point. The next morning I woke up, and I didn't know this, because I woke up and I felt like, oh shit, that changed my life. And I also felt like, oh shit, I'm really itchy on my face. So what I didn't know is that I had contracted facial ringworm on that trip to Jamaica. It's a fungus that grows in a perfect circle on your face. So if you really want to fuck with a very Catholic kid, the day after she's kissed a woman for the first time, make sure that she's seen the movie The Exorcist. And then have her wake up with a perfect circle of red, itchy, raised, but like her own skin rejecting itself in the shape of an O, probably for ovaries. That is completely accurate. You guys have a great rest of your show.